Yo, brother. Welcome, guys. Hello. Yeah. What's up, guys? From Bangladesh. Nice, brother. Nice. Yeah, everything will be saved. No problem. Let's just wait a little bit. The more people are joining because I wanted to do it on Instagram, but for whatever reason, that thing over there does not work. So good for YouTube. Let's do it here. Anyways, I'm trying to be more active on YouTube as well. Posting some more content over here. Yeah, let's see. All right. I don't know, like, if someone can remember, but I've been already, I don't know, it's 2 years ago, something like that. I went almost every day live on YouTube. So I don't know who is still from that area. All right. Thanks, guys. All right, I would just get it started then. Let's just start with some questions. Whatever you have, guys, just let me know. Yeah, you only trade gold. That's correct. I only trade gold. 1 pair mastery. Super important. Changed my entire life basically since I'm trading gold only. I've always picked only 1 pair for a very long time, if I'm honest. Like, I've understood this principle of 1 pair mastery quite early, if I'm honest. And yeah, I think it's a huge game changer if you're not focusing on too many pairs. Like, I would not say that it's difficult if you're trading, for instance, 2-3 pairs, something like that is fine. But the moment when you're like scrolling the entire watch list, trying to figure out what pair you should trade for the day, I think that's when you're gonna get actually, yeah, smacked out of the markets, because they don't care about you if you're able to recognize the perfect situation for that one moment, for that 1 pair. And I would say it's easier to master 1 pair because it's not just like having a look at technicals, having a look at the emotions and so on for yourself, how to control them. It's more than likely also understanding the specific behavior of each pair, right? And if you're familiar with 1 pair, then you're much more likely to recognize certain things, right? It's like the same thing like you're driving a car, right? If you're gonna change your car every day, you will never understand exactly how to drive that car perfectly, right? Because some have different keys, different things, how you can actually drive the other directions on. You're not used to it, so it just takes more time for you to understand how to drive the car, what speed do I need to do it like this and so on. So with gold, it's like I drive every day with the same car, and I know the car, I can feel the car, I know exactly the length and so on, and that just gives me more power. So yeah, hope you understand that thing, and I'm not trying to explain it too overcomplicate. Hello from Barcelona. Hello from Austria. What is your gold stop loss pips? 30 pips. Usually around average is 30 pips, right? Gold is in general moving quite fast, and I think a 30 pip stop loss is already quite tight for that pair, right? Yes, you can still go for lower ones. I just think that the moment when you're using a too tight stop loss, you're gonna experience extreme manipulation with gold especially, and I think it's gonna be even harder to even catch profitable trades. In general, big stop loss is better, especially at the beginning, to get a little bit the confidence. At the end, you're losing because of not respecting your stop loss. And I think that if you're that one guy who's trying to get with a very tight stop loss, and you're trying to actually stick to that one stop loss, and you're open it up, you've already used such an increased risk. That moment when you're increasing then your stop loss size, you're gonna blow it in one trade. So that's exactly what I've experienced back in the days when I've traded SMC with small stop losses and so on. I've always did a lot of bullshit. So yeah. Wie lange hast du gebraucht, um profitabel zu sein? Danke, Freund. So the question is in German. He asked how long it took me to get profitable. Well, this thing with profitability, this question, like, I understand the question, would be also one of my first questions that I would ask a trader back in the days when I started. How long does it take? I think it's quite hard to even give it the right, to give the right answers, because you don't get profitable after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, right? What is in reality profitability? When you can live out of it, if this is your only income that you're looking for, or if you're still working for on another job, but you're still making money, is that already profitable? I don't know. I would say profitability, or how I define it, is actually when you can actually fully live out of the profits that you make with trading. And that was for me the case after my around the 3rd year. In my first 1 to 2 years, I struggled a lot. I had a lot of up and downs. I mean, I've even experienced profitability in my first couple of months in trading. So it was so crazy. Like, I didn't know how I did that. I mean, my first trade that I took was a gold with 200 pips. Like, what? My first trade ever. And I used, I don't know, 1 lot, 2 lots, something like that. So it was quite great, right? Like, I had a very good experience when I started with it. And I also flipped the accounts at the beginning, just with signals. Like, I've used signals, I flipped the accounts. I believe that is the way at the beginning. I was like, hey, I just need to figure out someone who's good at trading. I just copy, I don't do anything. I don't care about that shit. And at the end, I blowed my entire money. I've lost from my own money at that time over, I don't know, 10,000-15,000 or something like that. And I was 21 years old. So it was actually all my money that I had at that time, and I blowed it up to the markets. But I also flipped it first, right? I flipped it from 1,000 to 18,000, flipped it from 1,000 to 30,000. And it took me weeks to build that up. And it took me just 1 to 2 days to blow everything. So yeah, that's how fast it can go sometimes. So to answer the question, after my 3rd year, finally I could get some money, get some withdrawals, could live from it. Was my only thing that I did. And yeah, since then I just scaled it up, and since around the last year or something, my profits have been so big that I'm super happy, and I can finally consider myself a consistent profitable trader, how you would call it, right? I don't think that many people can do that, because just because if you received a few payouts, you are not a profitable trader. But if you receive it every month, you have multiply funded accounts, multiply private accounts with big money in it, then I would say you can make around over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000, something like this. You are profitable and consistently profit above it. So yeah. Can trade any pairs. Yeah, you can trade any pairs. Hey bro, since how long are you trading gold, and when you stop becoming profitable in it? I'm trading right now 5.5 years. 5.5 years. It's already a long time, man. It's like I mean, I've been before that. I went to higher technical school for software engineering. And I've been there for around 7 years. Around that, 7 or 6 years. And I did not even graduated from there. And now I have almost the same experience in trading, since I dropped out of it. And yeah, it's good. So that long, and trading gold since a year. I think a year, only a year. I'm not trading that long gold. A year or something, and it changed everything for me. I gotta remember. I think last year in August. Last year in August I started trading gold. Before that only GBP/USD for over a year. And before that 1 year only EUR/USD. So that's my past 3 years. I've done one pair mastery, which was EUR/USD, GBP/USD and gold. I'm in love with gold. Yeah man, I'm too. It's moving so good, so great. Like, I think you can really see the confirmations good in it. Sometimes I check out GBP/USD just to compare it. It's also possible, right? Like, I would not say GBP/USD is not a good pair, but I think if you're trading GU and EUR/USD, you can actually swing trade it more, because it's not really giving you so much movements and so on. You gotta actually use a very tight stop loss to make the profits on it. So yeah, I don't know how good that would be, if I'm honest. I think better with a high volatility pair. But if you are one who just started to trade, gold is gonna destroy you, because when I just told that story with me flipping the accounts, it was gold who actually smacked all my profits. But it was also gold who made me all the profits. So yeah, that's why I had a hate love with gold at the beginning, and then I came back to it. Why you're not trading right now? I'm done, bro. I'm already capitalized on a nice short today on gold. It was beautiful in the London session. Right at the beginning of the opening of the London, identified a very nice short, shared it as a loom to my inner circle. I do this every day. It's also helping me a lot to actually put a little bit my thoughts in one place. It takes 5 minutes for me to do the analysis, have the idea, and then I'm executing afterwards the loom, or a couple of minutes afterwards, or what I see. So yeah, it was a beautiful short today. How you adapt to the summer liquidity? Can you talk about that, please? I was doing good before this consolidation, but I'm a beginner. Yeah, summer liquidity, big point, big point. Because I think so many people don't really talk about it. It's like when I first started trading, I started also in January, and really making the profits started to be in February, March, April. And then I think around June or so, I was the phase when I've lost all my entire money that I made at that phase. The couple of months before, I've lost everything, because after I blowed these accounts, I redeposited money, and I blowed like instant my money. And I was like, what is going on? Like, before that I was doing so good, and now I'm just blowing account after account. So it was 1,000 deposit blown, 1,000 deposit blown, like in 1-2 trades. And I was like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm like, all right, I got it, what I'm doing wrong. Probably summer liquidity. So yeah, summer liquidity definitely a point. And I gotta be honest, and I gotta share that, and I'm fully transparent with that. Summer liquidity hit me every year. Like literally every year it hit me summer liquidity. But with a big difference in the years. The first year was the hardest because I lost my entire money. The second year was also terrible because I think I also lost almost everything that I had at that time. And then in my third year, that was the year when I kind of was profitable. I was like, all right, I've lost a few accounts, but I didn't lost all my money. So it was bad because I had to restart and so on. And for me, gotta understand, in my third year, like I didn't need a lot of money to make a living because I didn't really had much expenses. I don't know, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 euro per month is what I needed, and I was living a good life with that money. Now it's a little bit differently because I'm also investing and so on and doing other things. So yeah, for me, I need 10 times more money at least. So yeah, at that time it was that low. So if 1 month or 2 months hit me hard, that was not an issue. If now such a month will come, that will hit me hard because I need around 20,000-30,000 a month. If I don't have that money, that's a problem for me, right? So I gotta be profitable. I gotta understand money management. I gotta understand risk management. Otherwise, that is not a good thing for me. So yeah, what changed over the time with the summer liquidity also for myself was that in my third year, that was the first time when I didn't lost everything. In my fourth year, I've lost only a few funded accounts. I don't know, I made at that time also a few reels here on Instagram. So you can basically always, when you watch everything that I posted in the past, you can always see when I had a bad phase in trading. But prior to that, I had very good phases. Then summer liquidity kicked in and boom, I was knocked out. But also in my third year, in August, I had one of my best months ever. And that was also in summer liquidity because I could adapt to that. Last year, I didn't see that coming, and I was like, all right, what's going on? Boom. Lost around 800k in funded account, something like that in, just a couple of weeks, something like that. Still, I had payouts, so I was still on paper profitable, but I've lost funded accounts, and that was mentally for me a very hard phase. So yeah, then again, done the challenges, bought new challenges, passed them, everything back on track. Had in December the best month of the year in December, right? Which is also considered low liquidity and so on, which was again one of my best months ever. Yeah, since then everything was fine. And this year what I realized, that was around 3 weeks ago now, or 2.5, 3 weeks ago or something like that, at a phase which was a little bit harder for me, but it was not really hard. Like, it was okay. It hit me a little bit, but I've learned a lot, which means patience, right? Patience. Picking up only the high quality setups, only taking trades if it's valid, understanding what's going on and understanding that the market is behaving differently. Because if you understand market phases, if you understand liquidity, then you know what the markets can do with you, right? It cannot do the same things as it would do in a market phase where you have high liquidity. It's not possible. So once you understand that, once you look at the charts on that, once you adapt that, you will have a crazy time. That's exactly what I did this time. This is what I had now since last week, Monday. I don't know if even started with Friday. No, last week, Monday, till now, 100%. 100% win rate. It's crazy. I know it sounds a little bit like, whoa, this guy just lying or whatsoever, but it's not. Actually, for real, 100% win rate. All of my accounts that I did took a trade. I just took on one account small losses because of the news event, because I closed prior the news, because I didn't want to trade the news, even though my position was correct. And then I re-entered and again made profits. So I never had a losing day. I had just a losing position. But yeah, on basically all my accounts, because it's crazy, because it's just adapting to the markets, and it's like being in the flow, right? I don't know if you know that thing, but basically that is what happens a lot to traders. You have a bad phase, you're gonna blow all the accounts that you're touching, or you're gonna blow all the trades, stop loss hits, whatsoever, right? This is the losing streak. And when you're in the winning streak, everything, it doesn't matter what trade you take, everything is correct. And the reason for that is also very simple. It's actually your subconscious mind, right? As a trader, you always think that you're acting based off your breakup structure. You think you're acting based on your patterns that you see on the charts, which is absolutely a lie. Because what you're doing is, yes, you're drawing these lines, you understand your idea that you have, blah, blah, blah. But at the end, the bias, right? The intuition, if you're gonna buy or sell at that day, in that session, and so on, is gonna be or come from your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is actually the best trader. It's by far the best trader. Your active mind is an idiot. Because what you're gonna do is, whenever you're in a losing position, you're actually just gonna think, oh, something happens with me, I'm losing money. You feel attacked and so on, right? Like you're feeling very shit at that moment. And all you're gonna do in a situation like that is you're trying to just protect, you're gonna protect this thing, right? That you're in right now. So you don't wanna make it real that the loss that's right now on your screen, which is probably on that account right now, $3,000, $4,000, then it's increasing to $5,000, and you're like, it's gonna reverse. Hopefully it's gonna reverse, and it's not gonna reverse. And then you're gonna actually lose that funded account, that challenge, that private account, whatsoever, because your subconscious mind would tell you to close, but you're not doing it because your active mind is so stupid in that moment. So yeah, that's why you gotta understand that most of the things when you're trading always come from your subconscious mind in reality, and you gotta learn to trust it a little bit. And all you gotta do with your active mind is actually put your stop loss if you're not able to use a mental stop loss, and then just accept the loss, because the loss is gonna actually help you to not lose more. That's basically how this entire thing works. And that's why summer liquidity has a big phase on this entire thing, because it's kind of changing the cards during the phase, and you just have to adapt to it. Very important. So how you adapt at the end, it's just experience, time, and you gotta just reflect what you're doing at that moment. All right, it's raining here a little bit in Austria right now, but I think we're gonna go for another round, and then we can also finish this call. So let me check out what questions do we got, because it's a lot of questions. And thanks for 47 lives, 47 guys right now being here. It's crazy. And so long ago that I had this, like I did a live on YouTube, so crazy to see so many people here. I trade with your start, and usually I trade with 20 pips, sometimes 25. Is it obligated to use always a 30 pip stop loss? No, of course not. 30 pip stop loss is not obligation. I would even recommend at the beginning, if I'm honest, if you're not profitable yet, if you still don't know how to use these things correctly, I would even tell you to use a bigger stop. I would not use such a tight stop loss. 30 pip stop loss for gold. I know it doesn't sound like it's small, but it is small for gold because gold moves hundreds of pips per day, right? So how high is the chance that it's gonna go 100 pips in the wrong direction before then in the right one? And if you're someone who's not profitable, not consistent, doesn't have any clue about how trading really works, right? Because there are people in their third year of trading and they're still not good at it. They still have no edge. They still didn't understood the rules on how to trade profitable. So what would you say to someone to use a 30 or even below stop loss? It's not gonna work, right? And if you see those guys on social media, because when I started with SMC at that time, everyone 1 to 100, 1 to 200 every day. Like I seen those things and I was like, something is not correct. And then mentors laughing at other guys, haha, still trading retail. I make his profits in 1 day. And at that moment I was like, hey, I'm using 5 seconds entry BOS bullshit, and that was the biggest crap ever. So whoever is still trading 5 seconds, boy, I don't know what you're doing, bro, but you're doing something totally wrong from my point of view. Like, I'm not saying it's not possible to trade with the 5 seconds, but I can tell you that your emotion control will be a disaster. You can't control that. Like a 5 second, you gotta make a decision basically every second because you see how this thing is moving. It's literally crazy. I would not recommend you doing that, if I'm honest. It makes zero sense and you don't need it, if I'm honest. Also for me it was a phase where I did this, but it's bullshit. But yeah, the point was that those high risk reward things is just the biggest BS out there, and that's why recently on Instagram and so I started bashing that community, because it's just people who just believe or have a very gambler mindset with those high RR ratios. It is what it is. I don't care if you're trading at the end SMC and you can clearly see how often it fails. It's your choice, right? You can do that. I'm just saying, like, hey, there are probably better options. Or how I posted it on the last Insta post, I said, hey, look at this. That's how most of the SMC traders would take the trade, and then how I would take the trade. And you see, I would only take one trade. SMC traders would have had like 10 options. Now, how do you have a system who tells you specifically which option you should trade? Most of the traders, and that is the biggest problem, that's why most of the traders are not profitable, is they let their gut make that decision very often because they don't have a fully trading edge. They have a strategy, but just to understand that this is a break of structure, this is a swing high, swing low, this is an order block, this is an imbalance, whatsoever, that doesn't make you having a strategy. It just says you understand concepts, right? But you have no idea how to put those concepts together. You don't have a strategy. A strategy is everything around. Like when A happens, B must come. What is if the B is that situation? How you're reacting on this? What do you put stop loss in this scenario? And so on. So you have a few options, and this is why most of the traders, they don't have that rule. And listen carefully to yourself. Do you have that rule? Like for real? Because I know myself, even in my third year of trading, I didn't have that. With SMC specifically. Hello. With SMC specifically, I didn't have any clean rules or whatsoever. I just followed the concepts, and I was like, oh, okay, today BOS short, tomorrow BOS long, and so on. Like there was no clean rule behind it or whatsoever. It was more than likely like luck on what I did. So yeah, trading edge, very important. All right, so if you combine your high probability and low probability setup, what will be your overall win? Bro, why should I even pick low probability setups? Like this is already the problem. But now let's come to the next problem. Low probability setup. Can you even define that? Right? Can you even define that? Do you have the ability to understand what a high quality and a low probability setup is? If you know it's low probability, why would you pick it? It's like the same thing. If someone is offering you right now a brand new Lamborghini, or is offering you some old Volkswagen, right? And it's basically for free, what would you choose? It's for free. Would you choose the Lambo or the old Volkswagen? It doesn't matter what you like, because you could always pick the Lamborghini, sell it, and then buy yourself 10 Volkswagen. That is, if you're smart. But you get the point? Why should you do that? That doesn't make any sense. In trading, it's the same. It's like the market always tries to get you in. Hey, buy here, sell here. Oh, I'm a sexy order block. Pick me. I'm an imbalance. Let's go. I'm on market structure. I'm on breakup structure. Take me. Right? It's every single time like this. But you gotta actually have the ability to look through that, to pick up the quality. That's what makes it the trader. To understand, all right, behind that one is probably a loss of $1,000. Behind this one, potentially $10,000 profit. Why? Because everything that I've learned in my back testing, in my lab testing, and so on is profitable on the long run. That's why I'm gonna pick it. Right? This is kind of how it works. And once you understand that, and once you can see that, right? Because at the beginning you can't see this, but with time you will be able to see that. You will never pick low win rate, never. That's why it's also hard for me if someone asks me, what is your win rate? It's like, I don't know, because my strategy itself is made up to be 100% every day, right? But will I achieve this every day? No, absolutely no chance. But I know that I have those phases with 100% win rate. They're not even raw, but more than likely, sometimes on win rate, if I just pick one loss for the week, one loss, then let's say, or two losses, and then 3 winners, right? Win rate would still not look so crazy, but my RR values are high because I go for around a 1-3. That would also change already a lot, right? So it's a combination of both of it. And I try to use always the highest probability so I can maintain a very high win rate, because that's so good for your emotions, right? It's better for you if you have the entire time a higher win rate over having 10% win rate. That's not what I want to do. That's why I also picked up such a strategy, or I developed it at the end. I try to mix everything up to make it like a good cocktail and it tastes good. Sometimes I'm choosing the wrong cocktail, but when I choose the right one, I should have 100% on paper. And that's what I'm trying to replicate, right? It's all about trying to come close to the backtesting results. I know it's not possible to reach that every single time, but you're trying to come as closest as possible. All right. While you're trading an M1, have you ever tried gold trading in higher time frame? Look, when it comes to this, hello. When it comes to lower time frame and higher time frame, I'm executing on the lower time frame, but I'm not really trading the lower time frame. I'm using the higher time frame, right? Higher time frame and mid time frame. This is the time frame that I use for my trading ideas, for my direction, and so on. And the lower time frame I'm using only for entry confirmation, which is like you just see something a little bit more clearer, and it's like the final confirmation, right? This is why most people always, the first question I always get basically every single day on social media is like, how does your entry confirmation look like? And I'm like, bro, yes, it's important to have an entry confirmation. It will validate a lot and will avoid a lot of losses, but it's not the primarily reason. So I'm not trading based on the M1. I'm trading based on the higher time frame. Lower time frame is just for manipulation purposes, right? And most of the people will fail trading the M1. So trading M1 only is not even profitable, I would say. But yeah, maybe it works. I don't know. Bro, take your shoes off to connect better. Yeah, that would be better. A little bit grounding. But here the ground is hurting. A lot of stones. What are your thoughts on XRP? Oh, bro, I sold everything. Oh, XRP, man. I think you're from that era, right? Yeah. I was not really good in crypto back in the days. I've invested at that time in a few cryptos, but most of my money went into XRP, went up, and I don't know how many X I made, but I made a lot of X's, around 6, 7 or something like that. And yeah, it didn't pay out, so I just hold it. I was like, hey, it's gonna go up higher and higher and higher. And at the end, what happened was actually it dropped down, and then I sold everything at around 60, something like that, 0.6. I think I've sold everything at that and transferred everything in Bitcoin. Right now, my biggest positions are Bitcoin and Ethereum. Only those two. And basically everything else are peanuts. Not really relevant. Give us some gold daily trade recaps video. It helps us a lot. Yeah. It's actually, I'm doing this on the inner circle. We have the Zoom calls 2 times per week. And I also send some quick Loom videos sometimes, just as for recap purposes. Yeah, since we did that, the guys in the inner circle go crazy because the forecasts are so much helpful right now. I didn't understand it at that time because I always like sent them the directions, the POIs and so on. And for me, it was like always clear what I'm looking for. But I realized that most of the traders didn't really understood the idea that I had and so on. Sometimes it was harder to follow, but since then, I mean, you see it on Instagram every day. So many people from us are making the profits, and I'm not even sending signals, right? Because if you're looking for signals, you basically have a total wrong mindset, and you will never make it in trading, never. If you in 2024 still believe signals is the way in trading, bro, that will hurt you, because it's not. It's actually the biggest shit ever. It's just like such a gambling mindset that you gotta have in order to even look for signals. It's better you invest in crypto before you're starting trading with signals, if I'm honest. It really does not make any sense. So yeah, so for everyone who is interested in this kind of stuff, it's only in the inner circle because it also takes me time to record everything, right? I'm not gonna do stuff like this for free. I'm doing it on social media sometimes, posting something to showcase you how powerful this entire thing is. But yeah, what people sometimes don't understand about this trading thing, especially if you're trying to be a mentor and so on, you're trying to help because people are requesting it, right? Also me, I've always looked for a good mentor, and I had a few mentors where I would say, hey, not bad, but at the end, I'm not using the strategy, and I just picked up a few things from them. And I always wanted to have someone who could actually teach me those things exactly the way and how I'm doing it right now. Because if I would have a mentorship, someone sending me ideas, giving me recaps, giving me a course whatsoever, and I can learn something and I know it's gonna work, and the only problem that I have is actually for myself to make it work, how easy would be life? Even if it takes 1, 2, 3 years, I don't care. Even if it takes 5 years, I would not care. All I need is actually a system that works, that is proven that it's gonna work, and I just have to dedicate my time and energy into it to make it work. How easy is it? Oh well, trading is like that, right? That's exactly the promise of trading in general, right? That's why I kept going the entire time to figure that out. But if someone could teach it to you, it's easier, obviously, right? So that's what I did. That was my journey, and I think I changed already a lot of lives. You see it on the feedbacks, everything. I'm super grateful for the community. It makes a lot of fun to chat with the guys over there. So yeah, and that's why whenever someone says, hey, give this for free, blah, 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 they simply don't appreciate anything in that moment. Like, I understand everyone has different situation in life and so on, and it's hard. Hey bro, everyone, right? Like, you're not the only one who had to struggle through life, right? Just because someone is at a better point right now doesn't mean that he did not go through a lot of things to achieve that, right? Especially in trading, man. You just gotta think of it. How stupid and how crazy you have to be in reality to just do something where you don't even know that the outcome is gonna be there. I didn't know that at the beginning. I just had the feeling that it's gonna be there, that I can make it. I had the trust in this entire thing, and I just kept through it. That's what I did. That's why at the end it paid off from my point of view, right? And I'm still working on it. I'm still not finished with that. I'm still trying to get better and better and better and better, because I know it's possible, right? And that's it. So yeah, that's why I don't understand those guys who then say, hey, but I have no money, blah blah blah, hard time. I understand you, but if that is your mindset, then trading is the last thing that you want to do. So I don't even want to help you, because you don't have the energy and time to make it work, because trading requires a lot. It doesn't only require a lot of money, because it does. You have to buy challenges. You have to deposit money, right? The money for a course is actually the smallest cost that you have. And if that is the first problem that you already have, then trading is not for you. I'm really serious with that. You gotta actually save a lot of money and then use that money wisely, right? You can already learn so much for free on YouTube sometimes, but at the end, I don't think that this is the way, because I couldn't do it with YouTube videos, right? I had like over, I don't know, 30, 40 mentors, something like that. I can't even name it. How many different videos and courses I've watched in my entire life so far, right? And I'm still watching sometimes some YouTube videos there, some Insta Reels there. And for me, it's easier to understand what the intention behind those videos are, because I'm already profitable. I know how the markets already work. For me, it's easier to pick up the right points out of a free video. But for someone who just started, how should you know what works and what not? You're like at the beginning like this. That's how you go through the market. Oh, gold buy, gold short, right? You have no idea what's going on, right? And then if someone tells you, hey, this is what you gotta do, 1 pip stop loss, that's what you need. I mean, probably you think it at the beginning, then realizing it's bullshit. Then you're using 100 pip stop loss, realizing that this is also bullshit. Now, what is the truth? 50 pips? 30 pips? Back this. 1 year later, 2 years later, 3 years later. Oh, maybe now I got it. So that's kind of the process. So if for a few bucks someone can teach you these things and can save you that time and energy and frustration, I think that's a fair price and fair deal. And that's what I did in the past by my own multiple times. And I'm grateful that I purchased multiple courses and so on. All right. Why you stop? Well, let me just scroll through all the things. It's so crazy. Thoughts on Alex G. Whoa. Yeah, this is something that I don't want to share, if I'm honest. Like, thoughts on other traders here live, I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone. I'm just saying 1-2 things on how you can actually understand if someone is legit or not, because I think it's quite easy to understand that. Back in the days when I tried to figure out trading and to find some good mentors and so on, I can tell you one thing: 0 proofs. 0. You couldn't even find that. Like, if you would ask for anything that could be a little bit of proof, you would not find it. Nowadays, I think it's quite easy. It started with some funded certificates. This is nothing worth, right? Payout certificate is something differently, right? Because you can't really fake them, and you have the QR codes very often, and so on. Or YouTube videos about where you make videos how you achieved this and this type of result, but not only talking, but really showing some proofs, because most of the traders don't do that, right? Like, they just say, oh, today 20K, 32K, and then showing some demo MetaTrader, or I don't know. But even just imagine one small thing. Even if you try to fake a demo, right? Just if you want to fake a demo, this is so much hard work that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't really think that fake mentors are doing that, if I'm honest. Maybe they're doing it for 1 week, 2 weeks, but not over years, right? And that's why I believe the biggest proof that someone can do, and that is what I've been looking for, and that's why I'm doing this journey by my own, to share your fucking positions on a regular basis, because that cannot be faked. Nobody can be motivated in a journey where it doesn't pay you money to stay consistent, because with being a fake mentor or whatsoever, right, it's not profitable. I don't think that you can sustain for too long being a mentor, because if you don't transmit any value, nobody would buy, right? So I think that if someone is already quite long in the business, right, I believe that he at least makes some form of money. Now, how much they are doing, I don't know, right? So I would just try to figure out to see if someone is posting on a regular basis some positions, some trades that he took. That's it. If someone can do it in a way like how I'm doing it, I post a lot of posts about my trades with the forecast proof from my inner circle and so on. I think this is literally the best thing that you can do, because you're forecasting it to your entire group, then you take the trade, so you're teaching the same thing that you take, the results. So it has a foundation. This is the best proof. Then you have also your students that are doing the same thing with you. This is, from my point of view, a legit trader. Everything else, just flexing some fake withdrawals or so on, I don't give this too much value, if I'm honest. I don't think that this is what works. So that's kind of how you can also figure out if someone is fake or not. So yeah. What about Umar Ashraf? I don't know, like I haven't really watched him too often, but I watched him. I think he's probably one of the most legit traders out there, if I'm honest. He just trades a little bit differently. Like he trades, I think, stocks and so. Like I really don't know. I just watched some psychology videos from his side because I think he has a good mindset and stuff. How he specifically trades, so I don't know. I've also seen some results which looks valid to me. That's what I think. Here I want to say something because I think he's a good guy doing great stuff, and yeah. So yeah, I think that's fine. For profit accounts, how much do you risk per trade, and what is your every trade RR? Yeah, the same thing, 1 to 2% me, and a 1 to 3 risk reward. So that's why I can pass my challenges quite fast. Because I risk like usually 2%, then I already made like in one trade 6%, and then I just need another 2% risk on a 1 to 2, and I'm done. When 2024 course come out? This week. Like I've said it this week in the circuit, and I'm gonna upload everything. I just refine it a little bit because we had some troubles for people to understand sometimes our POI selection. I mean, I explain everything always in the Zoom call, so normally there should not be any issues. But I think especially if you're a new member who joined, then you're like, oh, I still don't understand POI. That's why we over-refined that section. We over-refined timing to make it easier to follow and to trade. And yeah, I think right now, like tomorrow, it's gonna be online, so you can watch it all over the weekend. Who wanna join, who is already there to rewatch it. Yeah, everything is valid. Like even my very first course is even still valid. I'm just not trading specifically like that anymore. Like I just refine things because the first course was made more than likely for GBP and EURUSD, which has less volatility in the market. So of course you gotta adapt some things, and my entry confirmation, everything is a little bit differently on gold, and timing now is gonna change again one more time. So yeah, 2024 course will be again differently. Still has a loss from the past one because I said that already very often that with time you will make only slight changes, because now the only changes that I did was specifically on the gold's behavior. That's why I also make this update. That's how I trade. So yeah, I think that it's still important to implement. Reviews for trading, I think it's a good thing if you can do it. I'm also not interested in that, if I'm honest. So yeah. Ask about 2023 because find it on free Telegram channels. Yeah, I thought that he did that. Bro, why you don't want to join the real community? No, like those leaked things and so on. It's like the problem that you just have there is like it's at the end just a course, right? I don't know. I think a course will never make you profitable. At least for me, it was never the case. I think the most important thing is that you always are like in a team, right? Like that's what we are doing. Like we're in a team. I'm sending the ideas. You already learned so much from those freaking Loom calls, Loom videos. 5 minutes, you have the idea that I have in your brain, and then you just know the possibilities. You just wait for a very simple entry confirmation that we use. Enter in the long or in the short, make your own bias based on video, And then in the weekly Zoom calls, which we have 2 times per week, over an hour sometimes, exact price action recap on how you should have done it the right way. That way you always understand every candle, every move on gold, and that's the most effective way to learn. And I think a course which can't explain you the current situations, because how? Maybe you're using it totally wrong. You don't have like the proof if you're applying it the right way. I think it's gonna probably even make a lot of harm to you if you're learning it the wrong way. So yeah, I hope you understand that. So you help me or not? Bro, I'm helping everyone, but the one hand helps the other, right? So by the way, when I get some money, I will join the Discord community. See you there, bro. Of course. And also killing it, Darius always brings a good value into the Zoom calls. Thanks a lot. Hey, you're welcome, brother. How are you going to take same trade on different accounts at the same time? Just answering, bro. That's not really that difficult. I'm not trading with a cop here because I don't want to have that. I want to make the decision by my own on which account I want to take the trade. It's not that difficult. Sometimes the entry is a little bit less, or even better sometimes. Sometimes worse, sometimes better. Voice is cracking. Yeah, sorry, bro. I'm speaking already 40 minutes in a row. I gotta get something to drink now. So, if your course leaked, it simply means that you are not a no-name. You're a real brand. Yeah, I know, but it's their own choice. I mean, it's anyway the very old course which got leaked, and I don't know. I mean, if you're trading PZ, hey, good luck. I think you have your value there, but that was the reason why, right? Because I want to come to the next level, and that's why I'm using Go right now. So yeah. Yo. I mean, it's crazy. I just go through the messages here, and I can already, by the picture, remind myself of the same guys from over 2-3 years ago. It's so crazy. So crazy. I know them from the live, from that time. Yeah, that one guy. I can't read your name if I'm honest, but from Ukraine. I know you. I still know you. All right. So yeah, I would say let's just finish it off. Last questions, and then I gotta stop it because I have no voice anymore. It's already 47 minutes. Where are you from, bro? Beautiful nature around you. Austria. Upper Austria. Yeah. I go here a lot for walks. It's nice to be in nature. I'm not that one guy like everyone on social media, private jet, and all this shit. And I don't like that, if I'm honest. I just want to be in nature. That's what makes me at the end happy. It's not those luxury bullshit. I just need a little bit luxury things, yes, but not too much. That's all I need. I think life is simple. Good food, organic food. That's what I want. Family, friends, all you need in reality. Hey, thanks for applying on Insta personally. Every day, bro. Every day. It's a full-time job in social media. It's really a full-time job. So yeah, inner circle, a lot of work. Trading, a lot of work. Social media, a lot of work. So everything in combination. But I just love it. That's why I'm doing it in reality. So yeah. All right. Then guys, thanks a lot. I'm trying to upload this if I can. If I'm able to do it, then I'm gonna do it. And then hopefully the next time on Instagram, right? So yeah. See you guys. Yeah, but okay, the things, if one day you will be in Ukraine, I easily give you a parent for free. Yeah, sure, bro, 100%. What do you think of Fun Trading Plus? I never use that. Join in a circle, guys. Let's go. You are so simple. Love you, bro. Thanks, brother. Love you too. And just asking, have you heard about LXG 100 million, $100 in 1 million series? Bro, like I don't say it's not possible, but what I can tell you is that this is quite, I don't know. I think that the social pressure that you have if you're doing things like that is hard. My last account flip that I did was from 1,000 to 38,000 in just 2 weeks. So I know it's possible, but I also know the consequences of flipping accounts sometimes, because this year I flipped, I don't know, over 10 accounts or something like that. and I flipped them successfully from 1,000 to 20,000 to 30,000 and so on. But some of them I blowed, right? I blowed crazy at over 20,000 in profit and then blowed. Because it's hard sometimes, the psychology, and you're sometimes there in a very strange mood with that account, because you're not feeling attached to the money anymore, because it's not your money at that moment, because you made those profits out of such a small capital, and then you're like, all right, I don't care about it. I also did it sometimes like this. I just flipped it, then just withdraw 10K, flipped it again withdrew 10K, then blowed it. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Why did I blow it and so on? So yeah, it's part of it. I don't know if such a challenge is easy, like it's possible. I've never done it, like till 1 million. I've never flipped a 1,000. It's quite crazy. I don't even know if that is, if that even makes sense, if I'm honest. Most people just try to prove something with those things. If you flip it from a small to 30,000 or something, hey, there is a benefit for it, I would say. But if you're trying to flip it from 1,000 to 1 million, just for the purpose of sharing on a social media, I don't know if that is the real intention of it, and if it's even true. So, just my opinion on this. All right, thank you so much. Since I've been in the inner circle, I've made huge progress. You're welcome, brother. Thanks for the feedback. Bro, we should become the most popular trading blogger in the world. 1 million subscribers, that's minimum. Thanks. I'm trying my best. All right, guys. So with that being said,